bit of an adventure today. I've seen a river called the Elk River on the maps here for a couple years. Been really interested to find it. It's near Clinton, Iowa. I am in the lovely town of Goose River right now. I stopped at a gas station, restaurant, and ballroom looking for some live bait with which to fish the Elk River, and they acted like I asked them for pornographic material. So live bait is a no-go, but we are going to try to find the Elk River and fish it. It's this little river that runs right into the Mississippi, and there is an old scout camp that has been turned over to the county, so I'm going to check that out. I think it's Camp Minnie Elkton, or Missy Elkton, so we're going to check that out. And this could be really cool, or it could be a terrible disappointment. I don't know which. It looks like a really neat kind of steep valley here just north of Clinton. So let's go and see if we can't find the Elk River and fish it. All right, so I have arrived at the elusive Camp Miss Elkton on the elusive Elk River. And I say elusive because I crossed it 4 times getting into the camp, but I get up here and I'm on a very kind of high hill, although I think I do see the river down there. A lot more snow on the ground here than at home. I think I'm going to have to do a little hiking to get down to the river, and I'm okay with that. There's a very nice little cabin back here. It's blocked. I imagine you have to reserve that, but there are some picnic tables which should come in handy for a snack later. So I'm going to grab my fishing bag and see if I can't walk down to this Elk River, maybe even find a fish. So I've hiked down part way here. This is not a bad little park. See some woodpeckers, some nice birdsong. The sun has started to come out. Yeah, it's pretty here. I think a person could do some hiking or some mushroom hunting. It's not a terrible hike down to the river. I think I'm probably halfway there already, and not too strenuous. It's pretty mushy out today with the snow melting, but yeah, it's a very peaceful place. No road noise, nothing but the wind and the birds. I'm liking it better as I get into the woods. I have arrived at the object of my fascination, the Elk River. Yeah, it's river-sized. It's kind of a pretty green color, relatively clear. And there's some beaver activity going on. It's quite still here, which might have something to do with the beaver dam. So I think the challenge for me is going to be to find a place where the banks are clear enough to fish, and maybe a little bit of moving water so I can find some fish. Yeah, this is kind of a cute little river. I'm happy I came down here in this little valley. Since no one would sell me live bait, I've got a little dough ball here. Got some power bait too I can try, just drifting it down, see if we get any interest. As I set up in this new spot, I notice oyster mushrooms on the tree. Notice really beautiful limestone bluffs. I've heard eagles chattering and crying. There's all kind of little animals around. The stream looks pretty here. I'm using a chunk of a Berkeley power bait chicken liver, so I had to cut that with my pocket knife down to size. Got to remember not to use the same pocket knife for my lunch later. We're going to try floating it through here. There's kind of a little speeding up area that could be productive. Really nice quiet day out here. Okay, well, I think I'm finished fishing the Elk River. It's a cute little river. It reminds me a lot of the North Fork of Maquoketa where we have our cabin. There's a little plane going over right now, but just a minute ago the owls were hooting. We got crows. We've got ducks in the stream. It's a very nice place. You know, not everywhere you go is absolutely fantastic. I thought I might come here and maybe it would be a little trouty. Some of these streams that run right into the Mississippi River are old school trout places that people don't know about. Smith Creek just north of here is in a 1951 Iowa fishing book as a trout stream back then. I have not heard mention of it since then, but yeah, I don't think there'd be trout in here. It looks like there's, you know, maybe a little bit of agricultural kind of stuff floating down. But not every place is paradise. Sometimes you just get a nice walk, and I definitely have a nice walk here and a nice little uphill walk to finish. So I think we're gonna head out of the Elk River. On the way home, I might stop at Dalton Pond really quick. That's a maybe Iowa's only sort of native trout pond, and see if we can get some footage of that as well. All right, well, thanks for tuning in to Professor Outdoors, guys. I hope you're having a good day, getting a good walk, and a little bit of fresh air, late March 2023. Well, I got up here to the Dalton Pond Wildlife Area, and there's a bunch of trees across the road. So, had to park here. I'm going to have to walk in. I'm going to choose to look on the bright side of that and say that it means nobody's fished it in a while. So, let's walk in briefly here and check out maybe Iowa's only spring-fed trout pond, at least short of Big Springs, up by the hatchery in Elkader. We'll say eastern Iowa. Eastern Iowa's only trout pond. All right, let's go check it out. Wow, look at this beautiful pond. This water is just crystal clear. They have definitely done some improvements and additions to this. I have not been here in probably 20 years. I think at that time the pond was maybe a third of this size. The spring issues out over there, over by the kind of that bluff there, and I feel like the pond itself didn't start for another 100 yards, because you could really just walk around it in a few steps. And I knew they were doing some things here, the DNR, but they have made this into a really big, beautiful spot. I don't know if there are any trout in here right now. I don't know if they've stocked it. I know it was drained way down last year for the refurbishments. So I may not be casting to anything, but I am certainly going to walk around and look at this. What a beautiful, lovely place. You know, the Elk River, gotta be honest, I was a little disappointed with what I found there, but not here at Dalton Pond. This looks really cool. Here is the outlet of the spring pond. It's pretty low right now, but this could be a profitable place to fish. I do see some little tiny fish kind of darting around. Just a really nice little creek. I'll have to figure out what the name of this creek is. It's very, very pretty. Runs near the town of Preston here. So I'm at kind of the midpoint of the pond here, and I cannot accentuate enough how clear this water is. Without polarized lens, you can't see it as well as I can with my glasses, but just super, super clear. Clearer than many places I fish in Wisconsin or other areas more known for spring ponds. I'm not sure this is a place you could fly fish very well because of the still water and the clear water. I've got my ultralight rod here with the spinner on it. I think light lines and long casts are going to be what's necessary here. I do see a number of footprints around, so I think it has been fished. Iowa doesn't really start stocking trout until April, and we're a week or so shy of that, so I don't know that there's any fish in here that I'm casting to, but it sure is a beautiful day. It's been at least 20 years since I've been to Dalton Pond, and I'd kind of written it off because it was little and just not great, but I think I'll definitely be spending some more time here. This is gorgeous, so what a nice spot. Here are the two source springs of Dalton Pond. And again, this is totally different than when I was a kid. This was all kind of underwater, and you could kind of put your hand in the water and feel the spring coming out a little bit, but it wasn't beautiful and nice and set apart like this. This is a real haven for wildlife. I saw a bunny over there. There are little fish just downstream of this. What a lovely living place. I'm just kind of endlessly fascinated by cold springs, especially here in Iowa where they're not super common. So I think I'm just going to take a little time here and just kind of relax and chill out. It's been a really interesting day, you know. The Elk River wasn't what I thought it was. Was really hoping for some fast water and some fish in there. Not so much. Didn't look great. But then I came to a place that I haven't really enjoyed the last couple times I've been here. And it's totally different. So I found a new place. This is actually as close to home as trout get for me, other than when they do the urban stocking. So I'll be spending some more time here. And I know I have some friends that enjoy this place too. So maybe it'll be a profitable place to spend some time this summer. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys, to Professor Outdoors. It's been a really kind of cool day in late March 2023, exploring Clinton County, Jackson County here a little bit. And I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. You guys didn't really think I was going to leave you without some snack footage, did you? Costco has these organic hard-boiled eggs, $5 a dozen, which is insanely cheap. Slice it up, sprinkle a little Frank's Red Hot on there, and you got yourself almost kind of sort of a pickled egg. That's very good. It is not as good as the Eggman's Pickled Eggs, the unofficial egg of this channel, available at finer gas stations everywhere throughout Iowa. I have to get some more. I left mine out in my cooler, and they were in there about a month. I don't think I should eat those. Gonna get some more pickled eggs. But for now, this is good. Always have a snack, especially out in the woods. A healthy snack, very good thing. Alright guys, I'm gonna eat the rest of my eggs, head on home. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on the next episode.